Go? Okay. My name is Shelby Hill. My specialization is in physical therapy, and today I will be doing an informative video on a TENS unit. TENS stands for Transcutaneous Electrical Nerve Stimulator. So this is mainly used for pain therapy. It's a non-invasive, low-risk nerve stimulator to reduce pain that is acute or chronic. A lot of times it's been shown effective in post-operative patients who've had a major surgery, osteoarthritis, and also chronic musculoskeletal pain. So a lot of times this alleviates neuropathic pain, which is from nerve damage that could be from a major surgery such as a hip surgery that I've had, which is actually why I have this little guy. It stimulates your muscles and makes them flex, so you get the impulses, the electrical impulses through your nerves, and it helps you kind of get the feeling back. A lot of times you can see this used in spinal cord injuries to help the fine movements of your fingers. The electrical impulses come from the electronics within this. It's powered by a 9-volt battery, so I mean it's not that strong, that's why it's so low risk. The intensity, which are these little knobs right here, can be adjusted. You turn the knob and the little light comes on so you know that it's on. There is a duration, which will be the time. There's a 30-minute, a 60-minute, and then a continuous setting. So the continuous, it just goes until you turn it off. So there's no setting that it just shuts off on its own. The frequency per second, which would be the rate, which is right here, can also be adjusted. But usually the rate and the width right here, they're adjusted by your physical therapist who actually gives you the TENS unit. There's also a modulation right here that you can adjust. Usually, once again, your physical therapist will tell you which one to be on. There's a burst where it's just a burst of electrical impulses. There's a continuous where you can just feel the impulses constantly going through your leg. And then there's modulation where it intensifies and then decreases, so it goes in, pulls back, goes in, pulls back. And now I'm going to demonstrate how you either put it on yourself or somebody else. So my lovely assistant, which is Marcella Fallon, the star of the movie, I'm going to show you on her. So here are the electrodes. You want to set these so that they are around your joint, and so I'll feel her hip right here. This is going to be, say that if she had a hip surgery like I had. So you put one above the hip joint, below the hip joint, and then turn a little bit for me. And back here in her lower back, above the hip joint, and then below the hip joint. Just kind of awkward over here. And then you have the lead cords right here that you'll plug into, plug in right next to the intensity knobs right here. So they'll go right here, and then the way that you plug these in is you want them to be opposite each other, diagonally. So I'll go on the top in the front and the lower back here, and then lower in the front, and top on the back, because you want the electrical stimulation to be going diagonally across the joint, and you want to put it on the certain muscle areas here. And so the way you do this is you turn it up, make sure it's on with these lights, and then you'll turn it up until she tells me she can feel it. You feel it? Yeah, it's good. Good? Okay, what about this one? Good? Okay, and then according to whatever your physical therapist tells you is how long you leave it on. Also the mode, if the mode doesn't feel correct, you can either change it on your own or call your therapist. Also the same with the time. You can go for longer if you think it's going to alleviate more pain or not. So I'm going to turn this fella off. And that is my instructional video on how to use this electrical stimulation. So, yeah. Thank y'all.